Hey guys, welcome to the Fab Four. I'm Richard Wolf, president of MedFitness. We are a strength training studio located in St. Charles. If you want to learn how we make our clients' lives better, visit medfitnessprogram.com. Okay guys, let's jump into our topic, which is the Fab Four. 4 things you can do right now to get more out of your strength workout. So my central message is this. Most adults, when I mean adults, people over the age of 40 or 50 up to the age of 90, most adults are taking an old school approach to how they manage their strength workout. And our intention tonight is leave you with 4 action steps to overturn this outdated thinking so you can actually invest the same time but get more benefits from your strength training lifestyle. So let's jump in on number 1 here. The notion that we need to take a break from strength training is prevalent in adults. So let me say that again. The notion that at some point in time we need to take a break from strength training. So what do I mean by this? This means that inevitably an issue is going to show up. It might be an old injury resurfacing that is bothering you in your strength workout. It might be that you hurt yourself recreating over the weekend. It might be that you are working in the garden and you strained your back. A lot of things can happen in adults, and so these issues frequently lead people to thinking, well, the best decision is to take a time out, take a break, let me go rest, recover, and I'll come back to strength training at a later time when I'm feeling better. Now, this is a huge mistake, but let's first answer the question, how did we arrive at this mindset? Strength training is a critically good for you health habit. Why would we say to ourselves, let me stop doing this thing that is super good for my health? Well, here's where this mindset comes from. The late 70s, early 80s United States, when physicians understandably would normally tell their patients to stop exercising if they were having joint pain. Now, joint pain is one of a variety of examples, but that's a common one. When people went to the doctor for osteoarthritis and a joint was bothering them, the standard medical care was to discontinue exercise. Now, that was a long time ago when we have a lot of research telling us that that's a bad idea, but back then, physicians really didn't know that, and they just wanted their patients to feel better. So their advice seemed logical given the evidence that we had 30, 40, 50 years ago. So this is a sort of a deep-rooted mindset in the United States. Stop doing something if you have an issue, an ache of pain. Now, why that's a problem is because, as I just said, strength training is a health habit. So if you stop engaging in a health habit, just like sensible eating, all the benefits go away instantly. So what we're going to recommend here is that instead of taking a break, a more evidence-based modern way to deal with this is to work around the issue that you have. At MedFitness, we call this our signature support. It just means that instead of stopping this good for you health habit altogether, we're going to design a customized workout to work around that issue, whatever it might be. Good example might be a shoulder issue. We can change a lot of things in the workout. We can choose different exercises. We can skip exercises. We can change the weight you're lifting. We can change the range of motion. We can use different protocols. There are many ways to work around an issue and still strength train either 90% or your entire body by working around these issues. Now, this is common sense today, and there's a mountain of scientific evidence to support it, but the real benefits are translated into your life by sticking with the habit that you started, which of course is strength training. What's the good news for you? Well, I keep getting all the physical benefits, which should be pretty obvious, but in today's world, just as important is something that we refer to as momentum. One of the things that is incredibly common in America is that people start to do something that's good for them and eventually they stop doing it, and they stop doing it for a very long time. And given the fact that 8 out of 10 adults don't strength train, it's really critical that you stay with this health habit so you maintain the momentum with this behavior. It is very easy to fall off the deep end and suddenly you haven't strength trained in 6 months or a year. So you want to work around the issue, yes, for the immediate benefits, which is obvious and it makes sense, but almost more importantly, so that you maintain this critical health habit that is vital to your health for a lot of reasons. So, overturning number one, we need to take a break. The action step is to work around that issue and don't let it derail you and all the benefits you're getting from strength training. Number two, we think that more is better. In our workouts, we frequently use the number of repetitions we complete on an exercise as the measure of progress. Again, this is a big mistake for several important reasons. At MedFitness, we know that as people do more repetitions, the tendency is to decrease their compliance with workout skills. Now, what's a workout skill? Those are the 4 areas that we use to evaluate the quality of the movement when our clients are strength training. So one is the speed you're moving at. Everyone knows that we train at a slow speed. Another one is your form. What is your posture? What position is your body in? Another one is the range of motion that you're working through. We're typically striving for a pain-free range of motion. Then lastly, the turnarounds. That's the transitions when you change direction. Are you doing that smoothly and consistently and not recklessly and not resting in between reps? So when your workout skills are high, your quality of movement is incredibly high. But what tends to happen with most adults, and this is true throughout the United States, is that we judge doing more reps as the benchmark of progress, when in fact, it can be the issue that opens the door to a risk of injury. So if you're only trying to get more reps, what happens? You get faster as you fatigue, and you get sloppier as you fatigue. Both of those issues increase the risk of an injury and clearly don't provide a greater stimulus to the target muscle. So instead of thinking that more is better, what we should really be thinking at is the biological truth that harder is better. When the exercise gets harder for me, that's better because that provides a deeper stimulus to the muscle. And when you get that deeper stimulus, you get a greater response, which is where all the benefits show up in the response. The stimulus is just the beginning of the process. So let's back up for 2 seconds. Our reflex is to chase after reps, do more reps, move faster, get a little sloppy with our workout skills, when in fact what we should be focused on is making each repetition harder by emphasizing the quality of the movement. You can literally give yourself a grade on every repetition. Did I get an A for my speed? Did I get an A for my form? Did I get an A for my transitions and an A for my range of motion? That is the most logical, scientifically valid way to approach your strength workout, but it pulls the attention away from doing more reps. Doing more reps, again, chasing repetitions is a misguided approach when it comes to getting benefits from your strength workout. So we know that fatigue matters. We know that intensity matters. We know that effort matters. So harder repetitions are the best way to go, and they're the only way to really evaluate the value of the strength exercise. So your goal is to make the exercise harder, not to blindly do more repetitions because you think that more is better. More isn't better. Harder is better because fatigue is what we're after, and safety while we're fatiguing the muscles is of course critical at the same time. So mistake number 2, we think more is better. Our objective should be to focus on quality movement. And if you're training here at MedFitness, guys, all you need to do is ask your trainer, as they're always coaching you, giving you feedback. You can say, hey, is there anything I could do better? They'll be more than happy to share that with you, even though we're typically doing that throughout the workout. Number 3, we think that diet is optional. Now, we get in this mindset where we're strength training, which of course is good. We should be happy that we're strength training, but then we feel fulfilled with that and we don't realize how critical diet is when it comes to influencing the benefits I get from my strength workout. So your strength workout, of course, is the stimulus to the muscle. That's important. That begins everything. But then what you do when you're not here has a huge effect on the benefits of the strength workout. Of course, the number of rest days in between has a huge effect on the benefits. Whether or not you have high quality sleep has a huge effect on whether or not your muscles adapt and get stronger. And then the other one is, of course, our diet. Our diet, what we're eating day to day, has a huge effect on whether or not our muscles grow, become stronger, and healthier. And so I'm going to choose diet right now as just the easy win to focus on. We're not going to talk a lot about rest days and sleep right at this moment. Let's talk about diet. That's the easy win. We're already eating. We are already eating food. So what can we do to get better outcomes from the fact that we're investing time in our strength training? Here's what I'm going to tell you that needs to be super clear, is that in order to build muscle, what we now understand is that we need all 9 of the essential amino acids present at one time in sufficient quantities to turn on the muscle building switch. It's basically a switch in the muscle that gets turned on. We call that muscle protein synthesis. In order to start building muscle and turn on that muscle building switch, we need all of the 9 essential building blocks, amino acids. Those are the building blocks of protein that we need to consume because we don't make those amino acids. I need all 9 of those amino acids together at the same time in a significant enough dose. Too little, the protein building, the muscle building switch does not get turned on. So what we want to answer for you tonight is, how much is enough? How much protein do I need to do that? So we want to look at every meal of the day, whether it's 3 meals a day, 4 meals a day, every meal of the day is a chance for you to turn on the muscle building switch. And so when we look at that, we're going to recommend a range of 30 to 50 grams of high quality protein at a meal. Now this is kind of a simple, all-inclusive average number here. But the important thing to understand is that what I'm saying is that we all should have at least 30 grams of high quality protein, and some of us will need 40 to 50 grams to turn on that muscle building switch. Now, what accounts for the variation? If you weigh more, you need more. So I'm about 190 pounds. I would need more than someone who weighs 120 pounds. I've got more muscle tissue on my body. Also, if you're older, you need more. This goes against conventional wisdom. I'm going to talk about it in just a moment, but if you're older, you need more. So I'm 57, so at 190 pounds at 57 years old, I would put myself in the middle of that range at about 40 grams of protein per meal. Now, it's okay to go above that number, but that would be typically the threshold where I would ensure that I'm flipping the switch. I'm turning on the muscle building switch at that meal. Now, I'm not going to break down all of the examples of how do you get 30 grams, 40 grams, 50 grams, but for those of you who are MedFitness clients, if you don't already have it, you can get a copy of our protein guide in the studio. You can also find this at our learning center, but use this as a quick, easy reference to figure out, how do I get to 30 grams, how do I get to 40 grams, and so on. But that would be the approximate threshold for the average adult who's strength training to actually turn on the muscle building switch and to start benefiting more from the strength workout you just did yesterday, the day before, this morning, whenever it was. So this is an important fact, because if you don't do that, you're eating, of course, you're getting some other nutrients, but you're not giving your body what it needs to start growing muscle tissue. So that's number 3. We think diet is optional. The action step is going to get between 30 to 50 grams of high quality protein at each meal. We're going to recommend at least 3 or 4 meals a day. So if you do 3 meals, you may need to throw in a protein snack at some point, spaced out during the day. That's number 3. Number 4 is we think it's the workout. Our commitment ends with the workout. We just did a workout, and so we're feeling good. We're happy about the fact that we did a workout, and we should be happy. But then our commitment is over. We don't think about what's next. Is there any other simple things I can do to enhance the fact that I just worked hard for 25, 30 minutes in my full body strength workout? And the answer is yes, there are things you can do. So I call this putting all your eggs in the workout basket. You don't want to do that recognizing that other parts of your lifestyle affect the benefits of your workout. That's where it begins. I've got to work out. No one's saying you can't not work out. You got to work out. But once you have worked out and done so productively, the next step really is to look at your post-workout nutrition. The nutrients you consume following your strength workout are going to play a big role in getting a bigger training response from the workout. Remember, here in the workout, you stimulate the muscles. They don't grow here. They need to go home, get nutrients, and have time to adapt, get stronger, healthier. So that's the training response. And so the best way to elevate the training response and get more out of the workout you just did is to prioritize high quality protein following the strength workout. Now we would call this post-workout protein. Now this has been studied at 3 different levels, giving people protein before they work out, giving protein during the workout, and giving protein after the workout. At MEDFITNESS, our approach here is to recommend post-workout protein because most people tolerate it well. Not everyone tolerates protein during a workout or right before a workout, but we know as a general rule, people can consume protein after workout, get the metabolic and physiological benefits without having an upset stomach or any of those other issues that can happen. So we're recommending post-workout protein either immediately following the strength workout, if that's practical for you, or within 1 to 2 hours following that strength workout. How much you're recommending? We're recommending that you stay with your per meal dosing. So remember what I just said on point number 3, 30 to 50 grams per meal. So we're going to recommend 30 to 50 grams within 1 to 2 hours following that strength workout. Now, a lot of you might not find that that's practical to get that much protein in after your strength workout. So I'm going to suggest that when we look at the evidence on protein supplements, the largest systematic review on protein intake ever done was published 2 years ago by the British Journal of Sports Medicine. We've talked a lot about that in the last 2 years. But in that study, they found that adults taking protein supplements were just more likely to get adequate protein. I use a protein supplement. I'm not saying you have to, but if you're not getting the food, that's where strategic use of an appropriate protein supplement can help you get that protein without a ton of calories, without a ton of hassles and so on, if that's not an easy thing for you to achieve. That won't be the case for everyone, but some people may find a protein supplement can be a tool in their diet to help them get appropriate protein, not unnecessary, crazy high amounts, but appropriate protein following that strength workout. Here's where a functional nutrition bar could work, a protein shake, with some other healthy foods added to it could work. So there's a couple ways you can go, but take that post-workout recommendation at the same threshold as your per meal recommendation, which is 30 to 50 grams. Now, having said that, what's the overall take-home message? It's that you're already strength training, right? You're already investing time out of your life to be better in your life, to be healthier, to be stronger, to be more vibrant, etc., which is good news. These are little tweaks you can make to your workout by working around issues instead of stopping, right? Working around issues. Don't stop strength training, just work around that issue. We do that all the time at MedFitness. Don't think that more is better. Think that harder is better and focus on the quality of the movement all the time. That's the most effective way, and it is the safest way to get better outcomes. Think about your post-workout protein. I just mentioned that, but then also think about each meal as a chance to turn on the muscle building switch. So if you don't have it, you can get the protein guide here at MedFitness. You can get it at our learning center at medfitnessprogram.com/blog. And this video, guys, will be available at our learning center next week. So if you missed it, you can tell your friend and they can watch it, or you can watch it and you can share it with them. But all our resources are at our Learning Center at medfitnessprogram.com/blog. Thanks for watching tonight, guys. I look forward to seeing you next time.